Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've had a moment where someone's name was right on the tip of your tongue, but no matter how hard you tried, it just wouldn't come to you. If you're nodding right now, you're not alone, and you're not losing your mind either. It happens to the best of us, especially as we get older. Now, memory slip-ups like that can be a bit frustrating, sure, but here's the good news: they don't have to be a permanent part of aging. In fact, there are simple, gentle, and surprisingly enjoyable things you can do every single day to keep your mind sharp and your memory strong, without needing a complicated routine or a shelf full of brain-boosting pills. Today, we're going to talk about exactly that: easy daily habits that can help prevent memory loss after 60. And I mean truly simple. Things you can start doing right now, even while watching this video, to protect your brain and feel more mentally clear, more focused, and even more emotionally balanced. Because let's face it, your memory isn't just about remembering where you put your keys or what you had for lunch yesterday. It's about staying independent. It's about keeping your personality, your stories, your conversations, and your confidence. And trust me, it's never too late to start strengthening it. So, let's dive right in, shall we? Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you truly moved your body in a way that made you feel good, not exhausted or strained, but simply alive? You might be thinking, well, I take a walk here and there, or I garden sometimes when the weather is nice. That's fantastic. But here's why movement is more powerful for your brain than you might realize. See, regular physical activity, even light movement like walking, stretching, or dancing in your kitchen, sends a message to your brain that says, hey, we're still in the game. It boosts blood flow, which means more oxygen and nutrients go to the brain. That helps keep brain cells healthy and encourages the growth of new ones. Yes, new brain cells, even after 60. And you don't have to run a marathon or hit the gym like you're training for a fitness competition. Something as simple as 20 minutes of walking each day, just enough to raise your heart rate a little, has been shown to improve memory, focus, and even your mood. It's like giving your brain a refreshing drink of water after a long, dry day. What's even better? Moving your body helps reduce the buildup of stress hormones like cortisol. And guess what too much cortisol does over time? You guessed it, it messes with your memory. So the next time you're choosing between another episode on TV or a quick stroll around the block, just remember, every step you take is like a gentle thank you to your brain. Even just stretching in your living room while listening to music counts. The key is consistency, not perfection. Now, speaking of the brain and what it needs to stay sharp, let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough credit: hydration. You might be surprised to hear this, but dehydration is one of the most common, sneaky causes of brain fog and forgetfulness, especially in older adults. Our sense of thirst becomes less accurate as we age, which means many people walk around mildly dehydrated without even realizing it. And when your brain doesn't have enough water, it doesn't work as well, plain and simple. Think of your brain like a sponge. When it's hydrated, it's flexible, springy, active. But when it's dry, it's stiff, slow, sluggish. You might feel fuzzy, forgetful, even moody for no obvious reason. And you'd be amazed at how much clearer your mind can feel after just a glass or two of water. So here's an easy tip: keep a bottle or glass of water nearby throughout your day. Sip, don't gulp, just a little here and there, and you'll notice the difference. Herbal teas count too, as long as they're not packed with sugar or caffeine. Even eating water-rich foods like cucumbers, oranges, and berries helps. And if plain water feels boring, try adding a few slices of lemon, mint, or even a dash of cinnamon. It's all about creating a habit that feels good, not a chore. These first two habits, gentle movement and daily hydration, might sound too simple to make a real difference. But that's the beauty of it. They're so doable, yet so powerful. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to start showing up for your brain in small, consistent ways. Because the truth is, memory loss doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It builds up slowly over time when we ignore the little things, like moving less, drinking less, sleeping poorly, or staying too isolated. But the moment you start paying attention to those things, even just one or two of them, your brain starts responding. It begins to heal, to grow, to light up again. And let me tell you, the confidence that comes from feeling mentally sharp, being able to hold a conversation, tell a joke, remember a birthday, that's worth everything. So as you think about your own routine today, just take a moment to ask yourself, have I moved my body with care today? Have I given my brain the water it needs to stay sharp? If not, there's no guilt, no judgment. Just an opportunity to begin again, right here, right now. Now that we've gently opened the door to taking care of your brain through movement and hydration, let's keep going and explore what else can keep your memory strong. What else can keep your memory strong? Let's talk about something a little less physical, but just as important, what you feed your mind. We often hear the phrase, you are what you eat, but have you ever thought about how true that is for your brain, too? Just like your heart or your muscles, your brain needs the right kind of fuel to stay sharp and focused. And the kind of fuel it loves most? Real, whole, colorful food. Let's imagine for a moment that your brain is like a garden. If you water it and give it good soil, sunlight, and the right nutrients, it thrives. But if you forget to tend it, if you feed it junk or neglect it altogether, the flowers don't bloom quite the same. They droop. They fade. The same goes for your memory. So what are those brain-friendly foods? Well, here's the good news, they're delicious. Think blueberries, walnuts, leafy greens, salmon, olive oil, even a little dark chocolate. These are full of antioxidants, healthy fats, and nutrients like omega-3s that help protect your brain cells and support communication between them. That means better memory, faster thinking, and even a happier mood. And don't worry, you don't have to switch to some extreme diet or give up your favorite meals. It's all about making small, mindful choices. Maybe it's choosing whole grain toast instead of white bread. Or tossing a handful of spinach into your morning eggs. Maybe it's swapping out that midday cookie for a few almonds and a couple of slices of apple. You're not dieting, you're nourishing. You're feeding your brain like it matters, because it does. And every meal becomes an opportunity to say, hey, I care about you, to your future self. But food isn't the only thing your brain consumes each day. It also feeds on the kinds of thoughts, conversations, and challenges you give it. And that brings me to something that's often overlooked, mental stimulation. Now, don't worry, I'm not talking about solving a Rubik's Cube or memorizing the encyclopedia. I'm talking about keeping your brain curious, engaged, interested. Because when your brain is learning something new, even something tiny, it's exercising. It's growing new connections. And that's exactly what we want. So, what does that look like? Well, it can be something as simple as reading a few pages of a book before bed, watching a documentary on a subject you've never explored, trying a new recipe, picking up a hobby you used to love, or even doing puzzles or word games during your morning coffee. The key is stretching your mind in gentle ways, little by little, day by day. And don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Learning a few words in another language, trying your hand at painting, joining a local class or club, these aren't just fun, they're powerful. Every time your brain tackles something new, it's creating a safety net for your memory. It's building what scientists call cognitive reserve, a buffer that protects against memory decline. And here's something even more beautiful, engaging your brain doesn't just help you, it invites connection with others. And that brings us to another essential piece of the puzzle, staying socially active. We human beings are wired for connection. Our brains thrive on conversation, laughter, shared stories, and that warm feeling you get when you're with someone who truly understands you. But as we get older, it's easy to find ourselves more isolated. Friends move, loved ones pass, routines change, and before you know it, days start feeling quieter. But here's the thing, loneliness isn't just sad. It's harmful. In fact, it's been shown to increase the risk of memory loss and even dementia. Why? Because when we're alone for too long, we're not using parts of our brain that depend on interaction. We stop sharing ideas, expressing emotions, listening, engaging. It's like a muscle that slowly weakens from lack of use. So how can you stay socially active, even if your circle has gotten smaller? It starts with simple steps. A weekly phone call with a friend. A visit to your local community center. Attending a small class, even virtually, where you can chat and meet new people. Volunteering, joining a walking group, inviting a neighbor over for coffee. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real. And if you're feeling shy or unsure, you're not alone in that either. Many people are waiting for someone else to make the first move, so why not be that someone? You might be surprised by how warmly people respond when you simply say, "Hey, I'd love some company." Because your voice, your presence, your stories, they matter. Not just to you, but to the people around you. And sharing them regularly is one of the most powerful things you can do to keep your mind strong. So, we've moved our body, we've hydrated, we've nourished our brain, we've kept it curious, and we've connected with others. And all of this, when done regularly, sends a message to your brain: you are needed. You are alive. You are thriving. None of it requires hours of time or huge life changes. It just requires showing up for yourself, for your brain, for your future. And let me tell you something important. It's okay to have days where you forget to do it all. It's okay to feel tired or off. What matters most is that you keep coming back. That you never stop believing in your own ability to grow, to strengthen, and to remember. Because the truth is, memory isn't just about holding onto facts. It's about holding onto yourself, who you are, what you love, and how you show up in the world. And now, there's one more thing you can do each day that may be the simplest and most powerful of all. And that final, powerful habit is something many people underestimate: getting enough rest, real, restorative sleep. Now, I know sleep can get trickier with age. Maybe you wake up more in the middle of the night, or you find it harder to fall asleep in the first place. But here's the truth: sleep is not a luxury. It's your brain's reset button. It's when memories are filed away, when toxins are cleared out, and when the mind prepares itself for a new day. Skipping it, or getting by on just a few restless hours, is like never turning off your computer. Eventually, it slows down. Things get jumbled. It needs a reboot. And the beautiful thing is, improving your sleep doesn't always require medication or drastic changes. Sometimes, it just starts with a gentle routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, yes, even on weekends. Creating a calming bedtime ritual, like dimming the lights, turning off the TV or phone at least an hour before bed, and maybe listening to soft music or reading something light and comforting. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. And if racing thoughts keep you up, try jotting them down in a small notebook before bed. Tell your brain, "We'll handle that tomorrow." Give yourself permission to rest. And during the day, let natural light in. Go for a walk in the morning sun, even if it's just for 10 minutes. That light tells your internal clock, this is daytime, so that when night comes, your body knows it's time to wind down. You'd be amazed how just a week or two of better sleep can lift the fog, boost your focus, and leave you feeling like yourself again, or even better than before. Because when your brain is rested, it's ready. Ready to learn, to remember, to connect, to live. And now, just take a moment, let's breathe, you and I. Right here. Inhale deeply through your nose, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Feels nice, doesn't it? You know, sometimes we move through life so fast, even at our age, that we forget to simply pause. And that brings us to something powerful, yet often overlooked: mindfulness. Now, I'm not saying you need to meditate for hours or sit in silence like a monk. Mindfulness is simply the art of being present. Paying attention to what's happening right now, without rushing to the next thing or reliving yesterday's worries. When we practice being present, even for a few minutes a day, we reduce stress. And stress, believe it or not, is a major contributor to memory loss. It floods the brain with cortisol, a hormone that, over time, can damage the areas responsible for learning and memory. But you can interrupt that pattern. Right now, just notice your surroundings. The feeling of your feet on the floor. The sounds you hear. The rise and fall of your breath. That's mindfulness. And it calms the mind like a warm blanket calms the body. Try this tomorrow morning. Before reaching for your phone, sit quietly. Breathe in and think, I'm here. Breathe out and think, I'm grateful. Even that tiny habit can shift your entire day. The truth is, memory isn't just a brain function. It's a life function. It's tied to how we live, how we feel, how we treat ourselves and others. Every time you move your body, nourish your brain, connect with someone, learn something new, get a good night's sleep, or sit quietly and just breathe, you are doing more than protecting your memory. You're honoring your life. And no, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything every single day. Some days you'll only manage a walk. Other days, maybe you'll spend time with a grandchild, try a crossword puzzle, or make a healthy lunch. Each little moment stacks up. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing something, consistently, with care, and with self-love. And here's the part one really want you to hear, it's never too late. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 90. Your brain still wants to grow. It still can grow. You are not too old to protect your memory, to spark your curiosity, to connect deeply, and to live fully. You've lived through so much. You've gained wisdom, experience, stories, and strength. Don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you that your best years are behind you. Because right now, in this moment, you have the power to shape how you think, how you feel, and how you remember. So, my friend, if you take anything away from this video, let it be this: your brain is on your side. Treat it kindly. Feed it well. Move it. Challenge it. Rest it. And never forget the magic of being here, alive, aware, and capable. And I'd love to hear from you. What small thing will you start doing today to support your memory and your mind? Share it in the comments below. Whether it's walking more, calling a friend, or eating a handful of walnuts, every action matters. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to invest in your health and happiness. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to strong minds, joyful hearts, and a future full of moments you'll never forget. You've got this.